rising. We thought it was a lockdown. They opened the fire. Them bullets was flying. Who said it was a lockdown? Goddamn lie. Oh my, time heals all, but you out of time now. Judge gotta watch us from the clock tower. Little tear gas clear the whole place out. I'll be back with the hazmat for the next round. We was trying to protest and the fires broke out. Look out for the secret agents, they be planted in the crowd. Said it's civil unrest, but you sleep so sound like you don't hear the screams when we catching beat down. Staying quiet when they killing, but you speak loud when we ride. Got opinions coming from a place of privilege. Sicker than the COVID, how they did them on the ground. Speaking of the COVID, cause it's still going around. Won't you tell me about the looting? What's that really all about? Cause they throw away black lives like paper towels plus unemployment rate. What, 40 million now? Killed a man in broad day. Might never see a trial. We just wanna break chains like slaves in the South. Started in the North End, but we in the downtown. Riot cops try to block, now we got a showdown. Down. You should have been downtown. The people are rising. We thought it was a lockdown. They opened the fire. Them bullets was flying. Who said it was a lockdown? Goddamn lies. Downtown, where I got popped with the rubber bullet tray down. Got it in my name now. I'm a shooter. Never understand why they do it. Someone cut the channel off the news before I lose it. I ain't even tripping. If you with it, then we lose. Help me put this Louis in the back of Suzuki. Oh, he had to break it down so smoothly. They gon' say it's not about race, but we moving. Oh, pow, cut the tray pound. Had to put in my name. What should play now? Any given day, I'll be headed to the pulpit. Say a little prayer. Matter of fact, I need two of them. Ooh, won't he do it? Won't he do it? Ooh, this ain't 92, so we in the new rules. Yeah, we got hips, so we don't lose the projects. About to hit Rodale with my little cousin Marcus. Someone threw a whole brick in the Neiman Marcus. Help me put the whole mannequin in the charge. You should have been downtown. The people are rising. We thought it was a lockdown. They opened the fire. Them bullets was flying. Who said it was a lockdown? Goddamn lie. Ooh, we lockdown, we ain't gotta stop. Cause they tell us to downtown. Where I got popped with the rubber bullet tray down. Got it in my name now. I'ma shoot it. Lockdown, we ain't gotta stop. Cause they tell us to downtown.
We, Black people, gathering for the first time in centuries after traumatic separation. We know that when Black people are in one room, that we are greeting each other with the spirits of our collective ancestors who may have not seen each other or shared space with one another in hundreds and hundreds of years. So we all stand in this room together, holding each other, resisting together, because we all know that Black resistance is Black healing, and Black healing is Black wealth. We are standing here as vessels, being used by our ancestors to heal from the traumas endured by our people. And we have come prepared to heal us all.
Hey, GirlTREK Nation, welcome. It's Mighty MD hailing from Chicago, and I am a member of the national staff serving as the Senior Director of Business Operations. Since March 24th, I have trekked at least 30 minutes daily, and today I will log day 128 in the GirlTREK Underground app. During that time, I've watched myself change and watched the people around me change also. It started as just trying to keep the streak going in the app. You know how friendly competition goes. Now it's completely a lifestyle. Sometimes I walk with a great audiobook in my ears. Other times it's a new album or my favorite podcast. Shout out Sisterhood Unmuted. Sometimes I trek to my favorite Black-owned business in my neighborhood or to find or discover something new. Often I trek with a friend or two and catch up on all the happenings in their lives. Somehow, just walking side by side in the same direction at the same pace, it solves everything. And then there's the other times I trek in silence, listening to the sounds of my inner self and the sounds of my neighborhood as I process whatever emotion I am attempting to work through. I take in the smells and the sounds of everything around me, and in so doing, I am changed. Trekking daily is not optional anymore. It's how I reset, it's how I remember who I am. When grief makes it hard to move, I call on my angels and they push me forward. I'm inspired by women who, no matter what life throws at them, they keep putting one foot in front of the other. Women like Diana in Chicago, who radiates pure light and joy to every person she meets. And there are so many other like Sheila and Lauren and Pasama and Mina and Ashley and Jewel and Daya and Hazel and countless others who make conscious decisions daily to put themselves first. And as we as GirlTREK head into Black August, I want every one of us to remember you are worth prioritizing. Your joy is worth celebrating. Every woman carries a story. And as long as we draw breath, the story is still being written. I'd like to welcome our co-founder and president, Vanessa. Vanessa, are you there?
Hooty hoo! I am here. Can you hear me okay, MD?
Sound great.
All right. Thank you so much, MD. Thank you for that testimony. It is so important that we start this meeting with testimony, and to have one from a woman who has been with the movement for more than 10 years, who has been an organizer, who is now on staff. It means everything. In the great tradition of testimony services, MD, I know that your example will be a light that sets another woman on fire with her own potential. I personally, y'all, I'm not on day 128. I'm on day 3. I'm moving to day 4 because I did do my walk this morning. My current walking streak, and each day MD has inspired me, as have so many women on the GirlTREK national staff. So I'm so excited for you all to be inspired over the course of our time together. I also want to give a quick shout out to Janae Taylor. That was the opening song that you heard as we opened up this membership meeting. It's Healing and Safety Council, and we will make sure, we already have sent it out, but we'll make sure we send out again a link with any music from today's meeting. So y'all, if you do not know me, my name is Vanessa. My superhero name today, I'm gonna go with Vivacious Vanessa. I am the co-founder of GirlTREK and the current president of the movement. And most importantly, I am one in a million. I am a member of this life-saving sisterhood that walks every day so that we can save our own lives and fight against inactivity, that talks together in our crews of friends and families and church members and co-workers, and that solves problems of injustice through a 10-point plan that we call the Joy and Justice Agenda, that you'll hear more about in just a moment. And I just want to thank you all for walking with us, for leading crews, for taking time on this Wednesday afternoon. If you are joining us live, I imagine all of the places you could be, for representing in your superhero blue, for donating to the movement, for showing up for yourselves and for your sisterhood. Deep, deep gratitude. If you are new here, a little bit about us. We were founded in 2010 on a belief that walking could be more than a workout. It could be, like it had been for women in the past, a tool for social change that could heal our bodies, inspire our daughters, and help us reclaim the streets of our neighborhoods. Our first public goal was big and audacious. It was to get 1 million Black women to say yes, they would be the Harriets of their communities. And in 2020, we reached that goal. Now we're looking at a new goal, y'all. We want to organize 100,000 of our members over the next 3 years into what I'm calling an underground health force. We want to train you to be advocates, responders, gardeners, caregivers, crew leaders who create the conditions that help Black women live longer, healthier lives. And this meeting is our quarterly report on our progress towards those goals. It's also meant to be an orientation for new women. Over the course of this meeting, you're going to hear impact highlights, get oriented to our app's new features, learn how you can get on there, learn how you can participate in our newest campaign. We're going to share some powerful stories. Some of those stories, I'm going to warn you, will be personal. Some of them will be raw. All of them will be real, because we are real Black women who are every single day fighting and walking against things that are trying to kill us, but surviving, and not only surviving, but thriving. For me, this has been a standout quarter since we talked to y'all last. I think our last membership meeting was April 1st. It's been a whirlwind of a couple of months. I've had the great pleasure of being on the ground in Denver. I walked with a mother who talked to me about how she used GirlTREK to walk through grief. I walked with some of the daughters. One of Cynthia Thompson, who's one of our longtime organizers' daughter, was out there organizing with her friends, making me feel confident that the next generation is really ready to lead in this movement. I left Denver and went to New Jersey, where an entire city council meeting was packed out in superhero blue, because we were able to honor Debbie Davis, who's one of our long-term members. And then after New Jersey, just this past weekend, I got a chance to go to Chicago, where I was on the ground with some of the team. And we hosted a big walk with our great partners at the WNBA for WNBA All-Star. And in all of those paces, what I am knowing is that our impact goes so deep, and we should feel so proud. While preparing, in fact, for a news interview in Chicago, I saw an underreported fact, y'all, that despite the health crisis that we know and talk about, that is still currently raging and killing Black women, that between 2022 and 2023, Black women gained 1.1 years of life expectancy. And when I saw that stat, I knew in my heart, and know that the history books will point back to us, you, GirlTREK, this movement, this walking, that in fact, the vision and the proclamation that we said that we will live longer, healthier lives is manifesting in real increase in women's lives, and the data is showing it. So that is a point of celebration for today's meeting. The second point of celebration, y'all, like my grandma says, that we woke up today. We woke up healthy. We woke up able to walk outside. We woke up free. And I do not want us to take that for granted, because this meeting on the last day, or second to the last day of July, maybe it's the third to the last day, July 29, it's dedicated to the women and girls in our family and in our communities who are not yet free. It is dedicated to the justice impacted women in our lives, because we are getting ready to enter into August. So before we get into the official business, we're going to honor them by talking about the power that is entailed in the month of August. August is not just a deep summer month. You are getting ready to have an opportunity to set some real intentions about what you want to do in August, in a month that I believe has heightened ancestral and spiritual powers. I believe it's a time when the portals open up. I believe it's a time when deep transformation takes place. And the history confirms this for me. If you do not know about August, if you do not know about Black August, it is where revolution has always lived. Just a little bit of a rundown. Let's consider this a mini Black History Boot Camp lesson, y'all, for those of you who loved Black History Boot Camp. In August of 1619, the first enslaved Africans arrived on the shores in Virginia. In August 1791, the Haitian Revolution. In August, Nat Turner Also's revolt happened. Marcus Garvey was born in August. So was Fred Hampton. The beloved Emmett Till was taken from us in August. The Watts Revolution happened in August. Dr. King told the world his dream in the month of August, and 45 years to that day after the dream, Barack Obama accepted the nomination for president. So that's just a little bit around what could happen in August. But the term Black August was born inside of the prison walls. In the 1970s, incarcerated men in California created it to honor their fallen heroes, because on August 7th, 1970, a 17-year-old named Jonathan Jackson stormed the Marin County courthouse to free the Soledad brothers, y'all. And I recommend you do a little research on the Soledad brothers. And he did not survive that. And 1 year later, and I'm thinking about his mother, almost to the day, his brother George Jackson was killed by guards at San Quentin. And the men inside of that prison refused to let those deaths pass in silence. They fasted, they studied, they trained, and they turned the month of August into a commemoration through action. And in their honor, we are continuing that dedication by dedicating our walking this month to the women and the girls who are just as impacted in our families and communities. And I'm going to tell you why. Black women are imprisoned at 1.7 times the rate of white women. Black girls are incarcerated at more than 3 times the rate of white girls. 1 in 2 Black women have a family member in prison. That's half of us, y'all. And women with currently incarcerated family members have 2.5 times the odds of heart attack or stroke. So it is real. And I know these numbers intimately and personally. My mother was incarcerated at the Purdy Correctional Institute for Women in Washington State. She did nearly 10 years there, including 18 months in solitary confinement. And I know from experience that while she was in the cell, I was in the cell. That while she was counting the minutes, I was counting the minutes and holding my breath and counting the days. And I know so many of you out there are doing the same thing. And that makes me think about us dedicating this month of walking to women in our lives, because energy works that way. Love is energy. We are held together by energy. When someone we love is hurting, we are hurting. And we know that side of it well, but the same side runs both ways. When someone we love is healing, we heal. And so I believe that by us walking for women in our lives this month, that they will feel that healing, that they will feel it in their bodies and their bones. So I'm going to offer a short libation, y'all, for the women who we love who are inside. I want you to think of a woman who you know. Maybe she's just getting out. Maybe she's been out a while. Maybe she's going inside. This is a libation for the ones we love. May the glass between us forget it is glass. May every word pressed through it arrive warm. May the commissary hold something sweet, and may she taste home in it. May the wind that crosses the yard be the same wind that crosses my street, so when it lifts her collar, she knew I sent it. May the minutes be merciful. May the count come quick. May her name stay soft in the mouths of the women who love her. And may every step I take out here loosen something in there until the door is just a door and she walks through it. With that, y'all, in just a moment, we are going to hear more about GirlTREK's work with justice impacted women from Ayanna Taylor, GirlTREK's executive director, and Yolanda Williams, who is leading that work on our team. And you're going to be asked to think about and name a woman who you're walking for this month. But first, a pause, because we should now just be about 10 minutes. Maybe we're 13 minutes into this walk, and we have just about 30 minutes more to go. And that matters because at GirlTREK, we say 30 minutes is a radical act of self-care. That means that if you have not downloaded the GirlTREK Underground app, if you have not gotten into this community, if you have not started your streak like me and MD on the app, right now, today, this meeting, whether you're listening to it live or recorded, is an opportunity for you to tap in. So we are going to give you a 2-minute musical break where you are going to hear the soft and soothing sounds of our girl, Liz Wright. If you do not know Liz Wright, she is a phenomenal singer. She is based out of Chicago. We just ate at her and her wife's amazing restaurant, Carver 47 in Chicago. Shout out to the Black-owned restaurants. And so I wanted to offer these words from her for the next 2 minutes so that anybody who has not downloaded the GirlTREK Underground app can go to the App Store, the Google Play Store, type in GirlTREK and download it now so that you can take your first walk on the Underground with us. So let's hit it for 2 minutes and then I'll be back with Ayanna.
It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills or delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings passion. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, all my wildest dreams come true. I don't need soft lights to enchant me if
I hope that musical break felt really good to y'all. Again, that was Liz Wright. That was a tribute that she did to Ella Fitzgerald, who did the original song, It's Nearness of You. I hope you are thinking about a woman in your life who you want to walk for. And I want you to know that we are not just walking at GirlTREK. Our walking is protest. Our walking is a daily worship, but we are also organizing powerfully. We are walking, we are talking, and we are solving problems together. And we are led by a 10-point joy and justice agenda. And so I want to bring on to the meeting now. Many of you know me, y'all. Look, hello. Many of you know Morgan as the co-founder. It started with two friends. That's our origin story. But over the past couple of years, we have smartly and strategically been building up the national team so that this movement can ensure its sustainability for years to come. And that national team is made up of amazing women who are doing operations and technology and data, storytelling and fundraising, and regional managers and special impact managers who are helping to bring this movement to life. And this year in April, we announced a new role of executive director for this movement, such an important role. And so I am so honored and proud that a woman who had been serving on the team in various capacities over the past couple of years, Ayanna Taylor, had stepped into this role as executive director. And I want to invite you into the conversation now. Ayanna, are you there?
I'm here.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. How are you, Ayanna?
I'm well today.
Awesome.
Really well. Hey, GirlTREK Nation.
Yes. So Ayanna, I want you to talk to the people a bit about the 10-point Joy and Justice agenda. What does it mean to our work? And then specifically talk about the Joy and Justice Academy, how we're going to bring that work to life. And then our demand, we want safety and decarceration. Can you help orient people to that work?
Sure. I first wanted to just respond to your opening, which was really powerful and moved me, because my sister was in prison as well. So she's who I'll be walking for in August. And just the experience of that with her, your poem reminded me of just how the prison system, it doesn't just remove people from families or from communities. In many ways, it almost tries to erase them.
Yeah.
You know, and it creates this like physical distance and emotional distance that makes it really hard for the family to just sustain while they are in prison. Just the visitation rules alone, right, are exhausting to even get to your family. Phone calls are expensive. So there's just so many barriers. And so your poem just kind of, or your libation just surfaced that for me as a reminder of that experience on my side of it.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. But you asked about the Joy and Justice agenda, and Joy and Justice really is the philosophy that grounds all the work that we do at GirlTREK. It's our North Star. It's what we want for Black women. And the conversation that we're having today ties directly to that. And you mentioned Black August as this month-long observance of Black freedom fighters, remembering political prisoners, and highlighting the ongoing resistance against racial and systemic oppression. But it's also a time about claiming rest and joy. And we'll hear a little bit about that from Yolanda and her guest. But for the Joy and Justice agenda, our 10-point agenda, it's on our website. So I'm not going to read all 10 points. And I encourage everyone out there to go to our website and read them. But one of them is a demand for safety and decarceration. And for us, real safety comes from community and care. So you all know that underneath all of what we do is an ethos of community and care. So walking, talking, and healing together is just part of our justice agenda. It's how we end mass incarceration. So soon, led by Haley Darby, one of our national team members, we'll be launching a Joy and Justice Academy to train a cohort of women who are local activists interested in safety and decarceration or some other aspect of our joy and justice agenda and want formal training on how to make change in their communities. And someone who's been doing that for us here at GirlTREK and just doing it as part of her own personal advocacy is our justice impacted special impact manager, Yolanda. So I want to bring her on because she's been modeling this community and care with women that she walks with. And so Yolanda, are you there? I'd love for you to share more about your work.
Ayana, Vanessa, yes, I'm here. We gotta share that piece that you read, Vanessa. It was so powerful. Walking through the door. That's where we want to be coming out of prison. Yo, GirlTREK Nation. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Yolanda Williams, and I serve as the Special Impact Manager for GirlTREK's Justice Initiative. And I am formerly incarcerated. And that experience is why I do the work that I do. Ayana and Vanessa, you may not know this, but when I first attended my first GirlTREK walk, I was nervous. Like, I didn't know if they were going to truly accept me if they knew my full story. But I was welcome. And from that moment, it showed me how powerful sisterhood can be when women intentionally create space for one another. You know, one of GirlTREK's slogans, if you're new, is that how we say it, no sister left behind. That's why I'm committed to making sure that justice impacted women know that they belong in this movement. Today, I am so honored to introduce GirlTREK's Black August campaign, I Am Walking For. Black August invites us to remember those who have fought for freedom, especially those whose resistance and leadership came from behind prison walls. It also calls us to pay attention to the women who are still impacted by the justice system today, women who are incarcerated, women rebuilding their lives after incarceration, and the families and communities carrying that weight right alongside them. You know, a few years ago, I created a walking challenge for myself, not only to raise awareness about incarcerated women, but to let them know that they weren't forgotten. For 100 consecutive days, I walked for different incarcerated women each day. 100 days, 100 women. And Vanessa, that experience changed me. It reminded me that walking can be more than exercise. When I did that challenge, I realized walking can be advocacy. Walking can be the voice. Walking can honor someone whose story might otherwise be forgotten. I would get messages from women behind the walls. They would say, I would get messages that said, I heard you walk for me. And it showed me that something as simple as putting one foot in front of the other can be an act of love, remembrance, liberation. That same spirit is at the heart of this campaign. And for some of you that may not know, we have an organization here called Breakthrough House. And GirlTREK is now a part of their curriculum, and we're a part of the walking program that they have. And one of the ladies that I watched blossom and grow went through that program and walked with us and did the self-care class, and to see her come out of that program and continue to blossom and be a productive member of society, I'm so proud of her. And I want to introduce you to DeWanda Singleton. Now, sis, I know you sent me a bio and everything, but I really want the trekkers to hear it from you, from your voice. Like, where you been and how you doing today?
Good afternoon, Girl Trek Nation. I want to thank everybody for their very impactful and intentional words this morning. Thank you, Yolanda, for opening. Um, I met Girl Trek at Breakthrough House in January of 2025. Since then, I have achieved a lot of my goals. I became a certified peer specialist where I work at Calm the Spirit Wellness Center. I just sent my 18-year-old off to college. I have learned myself in so many ways beyond what society deemed me. You know, they said I would never be a part of society again, at least not a productive citizen of society. And yet today I stand here also being affiliated with Recovery Consultants of Atlanta as their chairperson for their community advisory board, where I serve my community that I stay in and surrounding areas. I also volunteer with WWJD for the homeless, where I feed the homeless and hand out hygiene packs and just encourage people to take it one day at a time. So it works, but you have to get out and you have to take care of yourself. And walking is one way that I found that really does help.
Wow. And I hear you when you say it works, but you have to work it. And that's something that Black August is about, that fight to continue. There may be some women on the call today that are listening that may be experiencing, being continuing to being present despite of what it may look like or the judgment from other people, those that may be dealing with recovery or coming home or trying to rebuild her life. Like, what would you say to remind her that her past and other people's opinion does not disqualify her from her purpose?
I love that question. I have a 6-year-old niece, and I get her every morning at 4 a.m. And she's always up in my living room yelling, "I'm free, I'm free." It took me 2 months to realize why she was yelling she's free, because I just realized that I'm free. I'm free from my past. I'm free from the system. I'm free from people's opinion. So I will remind the women to remind themselves that you're free. Your shackles are gone, you're no longer bound. Like, just live your life and walk in your purpose, but walk in your purpose freely. Today and every day forward, I not only walk for myself. I've spent about 42 days in jail, but my sister spent 3 years in prison. And so I'm walking to remind myself that I'm not only free, but she is free, because the system will hold you back every single day behind a mistake that you made.
Yes, 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 is yes. So before I let you go, say the name of the person that you're going to be walking for.
I will be walking for Miss Demetria Singleton.
There you go, sis. Trekkers, as you can hear, as a justice impacted woman with lived experience, it is a part of our daily life to fight for the freedom, equality, and liberation that we so deserve. So listen, on August 29th, we're inviting every Girl Trek member to answer one simple question. Who are you walking for? Maybe you're walking for a woman behind the walls. Maybe you're walking for someone rebuilding her life after incarceration. Maybe you're walking for a loved one or a community or even the part of yourself that is still healing. Whoever you choose, carry her with you. Imagine thousands of Black women across the country walking with intention. Imagine every step honoring someone's name, someone's journey, someone's future. So I'm just saying, Vanessa and Ayana, before I leave, man, I just want to leave them with that one question. Who are you walking for?
Mm. Thank you so much, Yolanda. Thank you for the question. Thank you, DeWanda, for your words of wisdom, for your testimony, for sharing this space, y'all. We are a powerful collective doing powerful work. And so I want to now, we got just we got some other members of the staff who we want to bring on so that we can report out on what we are doing in the regions, and so we could tell you about what's coming up next. And we want to start here with a data report from our girl, Cosmic Carla, out of Atlanta. Carla is our VP of Care. Carla leads our SOS steering committee. Carla is 1 in a million. Carla, are you there?
Vanessa, thank you so much for the lovely introduction. Ladies, that was so powerful. And DeWanda, thank you for the incredible work you are doing. My heart is just full by hearing your testimony, so thanks for sharing it. And MD, thank you for being the Harriet of our community and guiding the way. I'm so inspired by you and trying to get my streak on, so thank you, girl. Sisters, I am super excited about Black August. I'm walking for my beautiful big sister, Betty, who is the primary caregiver for our little sister, Janella, who is unable to walk. She is wheelchair bound, and Betty has a heavy load. So I'm walking for her. And if you don't know me yet, I am, like Vanessa said, Cosmic Carla from the ATL, and I lead GirlTREK's member care and SOS steering committee, who are the guardians of this movement and help elevate your voices. And I want to give a special shout out today to a brand new member. I spoke to her on the phone yesterday. She called in so excited to the GirlTREK hotline. Her name is Andrea. She's from Chicago and looking to connect to this movement. Welcome, 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 Andrea, and all the newbies. We're so glad you're here. You know, every number I'm about to share is because of each of you. Together, we walked 235,767 miles, and that kind of movement strengthens our heart, lowers blood pressure, and supports our bodies, especially those conditions that impact us as Black women the most. Together, more than 90,000 walks were logged. That tells us that through consistency, we are disrupting inactivity. And you know already that regular walking reduces the risk of early death by 30% and supports our mental health. So every walk you take, it's building stronger bodies, clearer minds, and healthier lives. And then there's this. More than 4,000 women said yes to community and joined a GirlTREK crew. That is super exciting. And this is how isolation is broken. In GirlTREK, we never leave a sister behind. And sisters and crews are showing up and walking nearly 3 times more than sisters walking alone. Crews like Walking in Prosperity in Alabama, Friends and Family Crew here in Georgia, and the Bolingbrook Trailblazers out of Chicago. Strong social connections are linked to a 50% higher chance of survival, while isolation increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and depression. That means more consistent movement and stronger outcomes. This is how we push back against isolation, inactivity, and injustice. And what is happening in GirlTREK is shifting that, just like Vanessa shared earlier with the decrease in life expectancy. We are making an impact, sisters. Every walk supports our health and strengthens this movement. And GirlTREK will continue to show up with tools, spaces, and support that help every sister stay connected, track her progress, and see the impact she is making. The Underground app is one of those tools, helping us track our progress, celebrate our wins, and recognize the incredible impact we are making every single day through every walk, every step, every choice to care for ourselves. So today, we celebrate you. We celebrate you for showing up. We celebrate you for choosing yourself. We celebrate you for every step, Every walk, every moment, you decide that your health matters. All right, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our brilliant and beautiful Director of Impact and Data, China, who is going to share how the Underground app will help you stay connected, track your progress, and keep you walking in the direction of your healthiest and most fulfilled lives. China, you there?
I'm here. Thank you so much, Carla. Thank you. Thank you. That was beautiful. I really love hearing the numbers because I'm a numbers girl, but also I just love hearing the numbers because it reminds me it's about so much more than those numbers. As Yolanda shared and Vanessa and Ayana, it's about the women that they really represent. Women who are coming from all different communities, all different spaces. And for me, the GirlTREK app is really supposed to be a representation of that, a place where no matter where you're coming from, no matter where you're walking and what you're walking towards or from, it's a place where you can be celebrated. It's a place where you can be encouraged. It's a place where you can feel and stay connected to the movement and the women who are supporting you and walking alongside you. So whether you've been using the app every day, or you're just getting started, this is really the perfect time to jump in. We've heard your feedback and have continued to add features along the way. I hope you're hanging in there with us and walking with us and you're staying engaged and celebrating your own progress. For Black August, we have some really wonderful updates that we know you'll be excited about. You'll be able to connect to the Underground Apple Health or Google Health. So you'll be able to connect your app with Apple Health or Google Health. So as long as you start a walk on whatever device you usually walk with, maybe it's your watch or maybe it's another app, whatever it is, those walks will sync with our app automatically. You can also add a walk manually right from your phone, and the app will handle that distance for you. And there's another one that we're especially excited about, challenges. So you'll be able to create your own challenge, join one with your crew, or jump into a challenge with a sister all across the country. Whether you're setting a personal goal or just some competition, there's a challenge waiting for you. And for our crew leaders, we heard you. You can now edit any event that you have created. The title, the date, the time, whether it's in person or virtual, you can add a hyperlink all in a few taps, and you can see the full list of the women registered to walk with you, so you know exactly who's coming. We know that was an update some of you ladies were very excited about. And really all of these features were built in mind to make it easier for you to show up for yourselves and walk alongside your sisters. If you have never tracked a walk before, again, Black August is a perfect time to start. Imagine looking back at the end of the month and seeing every walk you completed in honor of a woman that you care deeply about. Every streak you've built in remembrance of her, every milestone you've reached, celebrating alongside her. It's not just numbers, it's evidence that you chose yourself and you chose your community and your sisterhood. Our hope is that the Underground really becomes more than an app on your phone. We hope that it becomes a reminder that you're part of a sisterhood that loves you and is walking beside you every step of the way. And one of the most beautiful parts of this movement is really that no matter where you live, where your community is, you're never walking alone. You've heard what's happening nationally. Now, I would love to hear, we're going to hear from one of the women who supports you directly, leading work in communities across the country and across our special impact initiatives. We call this section Voices from the Field, and you're going to hear directly from Naira, our Midwest regional manager. And I'm currently in Ohio, so Naira is in my neck of the woods supporting the women in this area. So Naira, handing it off to you. So grateful for the work that you do.
Hey, thanks, China. I'm so grateful for the work that you do as well. Listen, it's so important, and what could we do without the numbers, right? But hey, GirlTREK family, I'm Naira G, your Midwest regional manager. And one of the greatest gifts of serving this region is seeing women continue to show up for one another. Since we gathered Last time, we've seen Deidre McKinley embody the spirit of GirlTREK. She has shown up and shown out in Omaha, Nebraska. Deidre is dedicated to being a beacon of light to her family and community. If you see her post, she is persistent and moving in various ways. That's from tap dancing to walking. And she can just do a little bit of everything, y'all. Deidre is a former track runner who is still in the race, but just at a different pace. I'm grateful for her persistence in using the app where she shares her light every day. And so, as the regional manager, I must say the Midwest has been on fire, y'all. To the Peloton activation, had some fun in the sun with Strength in the City, and to seeing so much joy in a sea of superhero blue in Chicago during WNBA weekend. And from all the activities across the entire Midwest to trekkers just sharing their Girl Trek glow in the app, I am so proud of how we have shown up on the ground to represent this movement. And sisters, one more thing before I go. Have you listened to Sisterhood Unmuted yet? This podcast is that this podcast in the app dives into real, raw, and relevant conversations you don't usually hear. And so these vulnerable conversations so what liberation looks like when you unmute your truth. And here's a little secret: you can even earn a badge in the app just for tuning in. So tap in and hear what Tyrene and I are sharing from our own experiences. Join the crew in the app to keep these conversations going. Sisters, just like us, we want you to unmute your truth. Chaz, I'm passing the mic to you. What's going on in the biggest and the largest, sis?
Hey, thank you, Naira. Okay, and I cannot wait to get my badge for listening to the podcast. Love to hear you and Tyrene on Sisterhood Unmuted. Hello, family. And a special shout out to the Southern Sisters. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. This is Chastity, the regional manager for the South. Since the last time we talked, incredible trekkers across the South have been doing amazing work. Trekkers like Angel Johnson in Mississippi, Nicole Crooks and Felicia Taylor in Florida have been hosting multi-generational walks in partnership with the Southern Black Girls and Women Consortium to inspire younger women in their communities to get out and move their bodies. I want to thank Angel, Felicia, and Nicole for being the Harriets in their communities. I know this is a surprise for you all, but thank you for representing our beautiful sisterhood in the way that only you can. And I know, for some of you, this is your first time hearing about these walks. No worries. The fun isn't over yet. We still have 4 amazing stops left. If you're near Louisville, Kentucky on August the 8th, Charleston, West Virginia, August 22nd, Columbia, South Carolina, September 26th, or Charlotte, North Carolina on September 27th, come on out, lace up, and meet us on the pavement. If you want to join any of these walks, we would love to see you there. If these dates, I know I was talking a little fast, so just in case you need more information on this, feel free to reach out to me at the email south@girltrek.org. Again, that is south@girltrek.org to get more information about these walks. For this next quarter, let's keep showing up for ourselves and for the younger sisters who are watching us lead the way. Now, let's head on out west. Marcy, you over there?
I'm here, Chastity, my partner in pages. Y'all got to tune in and know what I'm talking about. So what's up, Girl Trek Sisterin'? It's Magnificent Marcy, your West Region Manager with some regional tea. Now, I am here to let you know that the West Region has been on fire. Texas and California are leading the charge in the Underground app by starting new crews and welcoming many incredible new women into our sisterhood. The Sisters in Portland, Oregon served as hostesses for trekkers from Atlanta, and the ladies of Colorado are showing up on the trails and in the community. But you know what? The wonderful women of the West are doing so much more than just logging miles, like Houston's own Shelley Jones, who is the absolute definition of a sister's keeper. Shelley is racking up badges on the Underground app, but she is also co-organizing food and school supply drives, hosting local GirlTREK book club meetings, and she even launched a 21-day walking challenge to keep her crew moving before it was available in the app. Now, Shining Shelly, she really doesn't just talk the talk, she truly walks the walk. And women like her show us what's possible when we take action locally and lift up those who are around us. So before we come together again, here's one thing I would encourage all of the women of the West to do. Open the Underground app and send an invitation to one sister that you know needs to get moving. And if you're not currently walking with the crew, you can start one or join one. Just know that you've got lots and lots of options. So, West Region, let's keep our momentum going and get every woman in our area plugged into the movement by using the spark that the ladies of California, Texas, Oregon, and Colorado have already ignited to light up our entire region. Keep moving, keep inviting others to join you, and let everyone know how the West holds it down. Now, up next is my spectacular sister, last but not least, the sensational Siobhan, who leads the East. Siobhan, are you ready?
I sure am. Hi, Marcy. Thank you so much. Hello, Care Village East. Siobhan here, your regional manager. I want to thank y'all for showing up for yourselves and for your sisters each and every day. We've seen inspiring walks and GirlTREK gatherings all across our region. From the Norwalk River Valley Trail in Connecticut, the New Jersey Sunrise Beach Day, City of Water Day in New York, to Outdoors for All Day in Pennsylvania, the Walk of Hope in the DMV, and several Juneteenth celebrations, and a number of community health fairs. Y'all are dope, and I love to see you and the changes you affect in your communities. Keep being amazing, East Sisters. As we look ahead to Black August, I've been reflecting on the woman who inspires me to lace up my sneakers and go for a walk. This month, I am walking for Latiqua Golson from Brooklyn, New York. She's also known as Tiki. Tiki was raised by her wise grandmother and has walked through immense loss, grieving her mother, her grandmother, and the tragic loss of her husband to gun violence. Yet, through every challenge, Tiki continues to walk forward, and her resilience shines through. She works tirelessly as an advocate for her incarcerated sibling and is guided by faith, prayer, and recovery, as she has earned a spot on the dean's list twice while working towards her HR management degree. Today, Tiki uses her story and compassion to uplift, support, and bring hope to others facing deep pain. It is my true honor to walk this month for my sister Tiki. As we all step into Black August, I hope you'll choose who you are walking for and join us in making this month unforgettable. Share your stories and your photos and your walking journey with us in the GirlTREK Care Village East crew on the app. Now let's hear from our special impact manager representing moms, Katora. Take it away, sis.
Thank you, Siobhan. I love what you're doing in the East. I could be biased, but I'm your girl, Katora, and I'm from New York City. And I'm your special impact manager for moms. I'm honored to serve along 3 other special impact areas. We have the North Star Faith Group, we have the Caregivers Tribe, and also our Justice Impacted crew. And as I'm preparing for Black August, I've been thinking a lot about who I'm walking for. This month, I'm walking for every mom who is mothering without her mother. I'm walking for women who are learning how to hold joy and grief in the same hand. Those wiping tears while packing lunches, still showing up for everyone else while quietly carrying their own loss. You see, last August, I lost my mom. And there are moments when I wish I can just call her and ask her, am I doing this right? Grief does not disappear just because we're moms. Sometimes we're simply carrying it all while just moving one step at a time. So as mothers, we do it all. We pour into everyone and sometimes forget to care for ourselves. And that's one reason why I have to walk, because walking has become a place to breathe, pray, grieve, and ultimately heal. Over the past few months, our moms have been moving on the Underground app. I've watched mothers celebrate one another, host Mommy and Me walks from the daughter of kickoff to Mommy Serenity walks. Every post have been a reminder that taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. And one person who stands out to me is one of our Mommy and Me coaches, an Underground superstar user, Nurse Brandy, and her daughter Michaela. She is truly a powerhouse. Since joining GirlTREK, she has led successful walks, volunteered at health fairs, shared healthy meal prep ideas, and inspired countless moms through her own wellness journey. For Brandy, GirlTREK isn't just an organization, it's her ministry. At at her Mommy and Me nature walk, no one showed up, but instead of going home, Brandy, beautiful daughter Michaela said, if no one comes in the next 10 minutes, we'll start. And that's exactly what they did. That moment reminded me that our children are always watching. They're learning the importance of keeping promises to themselves. Brandy and Michaela didn't walk for recognition. They walked because wellness is their lifestyle. Now that's legacy in motion. So as we enter Black August, I encourage every mother to choose herself. Lace up every Saturday. Take that walk in the honor of the person you are walking for and make them proud. So if you're looking for community that understands both beauty and the challenges of motherhood, we'll love to see you in the app at Legacy in Motion. Motherhood Crew. Now let's hear from Haley, who will share what's coming up next.
Thank you so much, Katura. Shout out to all the moms of the movement. Y'all have been up to good stuff. And shout out to my own mom. I know she's probably listening and walking. So I'm so grateful to share what we have been up to, how everyone's participation is making an impact, and how the Underground app is helping you stay connected to the movement. But now I'd love to share what's coming up and how you can continue walking with us over the next few months. So we have some exciting things coming your way to end summer off, and then of course set us on the right foot for fall. So first things first, shout out to everyone who has tuned in to our walk shows on the GirlTREK Underground app. If you didn't know yet, GirlTREK has 2 walk shows to listen to on the Underground, like Naira said, Sisterhood Unmuted, and then of course the GirlTREK Book Club. And y'all, both have been on fire this summer. In addition to Sisterhood Unmuted, which you heard Naira mention earlier, the GirlTREK Book Club has been another way for sisters to get connected to the movement this summer. We've had walking book clubs pop up all over the country this summer, and it's certainly not too late to join the book club. We're currently reading Bloom How You Must by Tara Pringle Jefferson, and we'll finish up our summer reading series with the classic, The Women of Brewster Place by Gloria Naylor. If this sounds like something y'all been waiting for to be a part of, be sure to join the GirlTREK Book Club crew in the app. One of my favorite things about Sisterhood Unmuted and the GirlTREK Book Club is that a simple walk and a simple conversation can turn into action. And so if you're looking for a way to turn your walking into change in your community, we have a couple of exciting things happening for you. Next month, in honor of Black August and GirlTREK's demand around safety and incarceration, we're going to dive into the power of storytelling as a direct advocacy skill to put into your toolbox. So join us on Wednesday, August 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern as we continue our powerful advocacy teach-in series. This time we'll be joined by Pamela Wynn, who is the founder and president of Restore Her USA, and they're a policy advocacy reentry organization dedicated to enhancing the health, safety, and lives of justice-impacted women. It's going to be so good, y'all. I cannot wait for that conversation. Pamela is going to share her powerful story and experience while navigating pregnancy and the justice system. And she'll be able to equip us with strategies that we can use in our own stories to become advocates and create real change in our communities. So that's happening next month on the 26th. Mark your calendars. And the teaching series is only a small taste of what GirlTREK members can expect from the Joy and Justice Academy, which Ayana talked about earlier in the call. And that'll be launching this fall. So speaking of fall, y'all know that fall is some of our busiest times in GirlTREK. Our annual traditions come alive to create a season of fun for members across the nation. And of course, this fall is no different. So mark your calendars. I know y'all are getting excited in the chat. Mark your calendars for the Prayer Trek and Black Family 5K. They are both back this fall, and we cannot wait to share more details soon. So make sure you're signed up to receive our newsletters so that you don't miss any of this information when all the events, the links, the dates, and everything drops. So that's all from me. I'm going to pass it back to Ayana. Ayana, are you there?
I am hailing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all of that information. We spent a really beautiful time together today, everyone. You know, I mentioned my sister earlier in the call. I didn't say her name because she gave me permission to say her name, and I want to make sure I do. Her name is Reese. She spent 2 years in prison here in New Jersey during my college years, and we've been able to reflect a lot and actually talk more than we have ever talked about her experience. One of the things that she shared with me was about my niece, who's now 44 and still won't use the word prison, and just talks about the time that by saying that she was when you were away. And so it's hard on the family, like I said earlier, and the impact on children really sticks. And you felt that in Vanessa's poem. And we've heard so many stories of transformation today. Thank you, Yolanda and DeWanda, for your incredible conversation. And we've honored women whose strength continues to inspire us. And we've celebrated the incredible impact of this movement. You heard all of the numbers from Carla. And we've been introduced to the communities that will walk alongside us. And we've also been reminded that every step we take has the power to carry someone else's story. So now it's our turn. And I want to leave you today with a recap of some things that we talked about and just invite you to make 3 commitments for Black August. Commitment 1, walk 5 times throughout the month of August. That's it. MD had a really powerful story, Vanessa starting her streak, but we just want you to walk 5 times so you can earn your badge on the app. Starting this Saturday, make a commitment to a Monday through Friday streak, or simply fit walks in whenever you can. Every walk counts. Complete those 5 walks this month, and then you'll earn your Black August badge in the Underground app. Commitment 2, show up for the advocacy training on August 26th at 7 p.m. that Haley just mentioned. We'll learn together, deepen our understanding, and discover how each of us can use our voices and our footsteps to create lasting change in our communities. Walking changes us, and advocacy changes the world around us. And then commitment 3, tune into our special Black August conversation in the Underground app. Join us for a special conversation by and about justice-impacted women, their resilience, their lived experiences, and why standing with them is the heart of this year's Black August journey. Come listen, reflect, and walk with a deeper understanding of who we're walking for. If you haven't already, take a few minutes to download the Underground app. Hopefully you all had a chance to do that earlier when Vanessa gave us the time. Update it if you have it. And that's where you'll track your walks, where you'll earn your Black August badge, and listen to exclusive content and stay connected throughout the month. We can't wait to walk alongside you. Thank you for showing up today. It's been an incredible walk with you. And thank you for showing up for one another. Bye, GirlTREK family.
So I changed my mind. I doubled down on the faith and left the open Acres of love. Some save me. I was there in anxiety. Got hurt sometimes, child, that's the way it be. I won't give up on love and never on me. Yeah. See what I'm about to do is I'ma walk into this room and I'm gonna let them see God, Jehovah's will all over